Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your stud showing, and today I'm going to bring you something a little bit different, something outside of my normal wheelhouse. Yes, pun intended. And this is the Speed Champion set 76924 Mercedes AMG G65 and Mercedes AMG SL65. Now, I really only bought this set for the G-Wagon. I think it's awesome Lego came out with the G-Wagon. It's very fitting for Lego, seeing it's a very boxy vehicle. I haven't even built the little yellow SL car that comes with this. I'm actually going to let my wife build it. I have no desire. I'm not a big Speed Champions fan. It just is a little bit too outside of my scale for my city. And but once this set came out and I saw the G-Wagon and it was in black, I'm like, man, I gotta get it. For a few reasons. One, I love G-Wagons in real life, as well as I cannot stand how Lego built some parts of this G-Wagon. So I had to buy it. I was at Walmart today, walking over the Lego section. Ashley was looking for an additional botanical garden set, and I saw this sitting on the shelf, and it was the last one. I was like, oh, I gotta go get it. Probably didn't help that today's payday too. But hey, picked it up, spent the money, and built the G-Wagon right away. And there's some parts of it that I want to go over that I changed, and some parts that I really feel like Lego nailed. And yeah, I'll show you the parts I changed where I feel like they came in a little less. But this is the G-Wagon. Now, I modified it. Whoopsies. The tire just fell off the spare. I modified it to be lifted. I don't think that it is a requirement that Lego would build a, gosh, what do they call it? A 4x4 or the lifted version of it. Not the 6x6. I can't think of what the Brabus lifted version of the G-Wagon. I think how they came out with it was great. I decided I wanted a little bit more girth, so I just put a little lift kit on. I modified to put these knobbier tires on, and I'll show you. And I just broke the hood as well. Let me fix that out of shot of the camera. There we go. The hood's a little finicky, and so is the roof. But here we go. You can see I just put a 1x2 brick with a hole underneath it and some supports. So it could go right back to stock if needed. I don't think there's any problem with how they built it stock height with the low profile wheels. I think it looked good. I just personally wanted something a little bit different, and I like them lifted in real life. So I'm a big G-Wagon fan, and I just wanted to modify it the way I would in real life. So the biggest complaint when this came out, when the spy photos came out and people were reviewing it online, was the hood. And I did agree. It had some kind of roof slope pieces right here. You can see in the box, and it doesn't flow with the actual G-Wagon. The true G-Wagon, the hood's low and the window's high, so you actually have this little almost crow piece below the window or the windshield, kind of like on the old Willys Jeeps as well. But Lego wanted the hood to be raised up in parts, the window. So what I did was I actually took a plate off of this, lowered the hood down one plate. You can see it still has a slight slope to it. And then I just plated up the sides with these angled pieces. And for you Lego connoisseurs, I'm probably naming all these pieces wrong. So leave it down in the comments. But yeah, so I just dropped the hood down one plate and put in these plates, and it looks fairly good, like a real G-Wagon. On top of that, in real life, this is like the first modification everybody does and they get rid of the amber lights. But for me, especially it being a model, I think the amber lights scream old school G-Class. So I threw on some amber lights instead of what Lego has, which is the dark tinted lights for the turn signals. For the most part, I think they nailed it on the grill. It looks very well. Sorry, I'm working a little backwards here. The front bumper looks good. The sides, the interior, I like how they did a white interior. I've never seen a white interior on one. All of the ones I've seen are black, so maybe on the new ones it comes in a light white. I love the exhaust, the side exhaust. I think they nailed it. They even did it in these little kind of silver tones. So it looks very well. For the back, I feel like it looked good for the most part until we get to the back. Now, I might change this out, but that piece right there, like, why don't you just put a wedge in there? I don't know. It's Lego. But also the tail lamps. So I guess maybe because it's a Speed Champion set, they don't do amber lights. They do all the sticker lights and stuff. But they came out with this piece that was black that you put the sticker on. That's the shape of the tail lamps. And I just wish they made that in a translucent red. However, I don't have one of those on hand, so I just put a 1x2 flat tile and translucent red for the tail lamps. But for the most part, I like all the decals. I like all the, I don't know if that'll focus, the G65 there, the AMG on this side. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of glare from the sun. You can see the shadow getting cast, but for the most part, I think this is a very well built vehicle. The only thing I really would like to see Lego have changed was the hood. I wish they built it kind of the way I built it, but it's not a hard modification. So if you want to pick up this set and modify the hood, feel free to. It took me probably like 20 minutes to kind of figure it out. It's not hard at all, and the hood is still operational, so you can still see the engine inside. To get it to open all the way like that, you do have to do one more modification, and that is right in here. So this is a 1x4 tile, and on top of that had another 1x4 tile stacked on top. Well, unfortunately, when you drop it down, it comes in contact with the windshield wipers, so you got to change it to a 1x2 tile. Take out one of those 1x4s, and then a couple of 1x1 flat tiles on either side. And that'll allow enough clearance of the stud. There's no stud to hit the windshield wipers, and you get full function. But anyways, that is my modifications to my G63 G-Class with lift kit and major hood modification to make it look correct. Anyways, if you like this video, hit like. If you have a comment, leave a comment. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.